Guy again. I don't know how they do it. Or maybe I do know how they do it. They get a lot of these videos probably from Twitter and TikTok. First of all, I'm on Twitter, but I'm not on TikTok. I had two accounts. They took them both down. One of them almost had about 9,000 followers in like a year and a half. They took it down. So a lot of these videos that you're about to see, more than likely, are on TikTok because I'm not seeing them on Instagram. I'm not seeing them on BitChute. I'm not seeing them on Facebook. I'm not seeing them on YouTube unless someone like this compiles a video, all these videos, and compiles them and makes a video like this. Same thing with another video that I'm going to show you if I have time. With that said, since the wheel, I mean, if it's not broke, don't reinvent the wheel, right? Don't reinvent it. Let's not reinvent the wheel. Work smarter, not harder. Years ago, I was working harder. Maybe, I think I was working smarter. Nah, it was a learning experience. I was working hard. I was doing things on my own, compiling this. It took hours and hours and hours and hours and hours. And back then, when I was compiling videos and doing compilations and showing you what's going on with this false flag or whatever, I didn't see videos like this where someone else had already done it. So I took it upon myself to do it. But nowadays, a lot of things are different. There's a lot of people that, for some strange reason, are able to compile videos real quick, or maybe they have a network of people sending them stuff via email, and they're able to put it together real quick. With that said, it doesn't matter. I'm just showing you, I'm relaying the message, showing it maybe with some commentary, weird things going on around people's houses, strange sightings, events, strange things, or so the story goes. This is not the first time I've shown you this from this channel right here. So let's take a look again. I don't know, is anything weird happening in your neck of the woods? There's a lot of weird stuff happening in this world, so I wouldn't put it past this.
Eyewitness videos coming out of California, Oregon, West Virginia, Minnesota, Texas, Las Vegas. Unusual events in the neighborhood.
Y'all, I am at home around the corner from my house. But I'm trying to figure out where are these red trucks from? I don't know what. I need to hurry up and get home.
Yo, I am tripping out. Not that it matters, but that...
You're in your 60s. Just don't. You're a woman, don't say yo. Come on.
It's my neighbor's house, and this is where a car parks every 2 hours. I went up to the car. I said, hey, hi, who you watching?
These videos were recorded by multiple eyewitnesses, and no official confirmation has been released yet.
Wait, time out. That woman right there you saw who said yo, she went, it was at night. Some cars showing up every 2 hours, parking by a house. She literally went outside to approach the car and went, hey, yo, what are you doing? Seriously? I don't think so. I want proof of this shit, first of all. Second of all, that's a very stupid move. You got some mysterious car out there, especially in the dark, and you're going to approach it. You're a 60-something-year-old woman. You're going to approach the car and go, hey, yo, what are you doing here, yo? A white, borderline elderly woman is going to approach a car that's showing up every couple of hours. Listen to this.
Who you watching?
These videos were recorded by multiple
Not that it matters, but that's my neighbor's house. And this is where a car parks every 2 hours. I went up to the car. I said, hey, hi, who you watching?
These videos were recorded by multiple eyewitnesses, and no official confirmation has been released yet.
Go back up.
This is very unusual. To investigate this further, we need to look deeper into these events. Odd activity near homes and unexplained objects showing up across the United States.
We were just out for an evening walk on our land when we noticed something strange through the trees. At first, we thought it was maybe a shed, and then we realized it was a shipping container, a massive one.
There have been many reports across social media about these sightings, but the recent unusual activity you're about to see, I have no explanation for.
It goes nowhere. Look, they've got it backed up into the woods. I'm in Wolf Ranch.
People across the United States are noticing what appear to be white or red truck, and eyewitnesses claim that something strange is happening around them. In this clip, witnesses were boxed in on a small road, and if you notice, There's no license plate on the vehicle. And then the three people get out and approach the eyewitnesses. They appear to be wearing masks and walk towards them, causing the eyewitness to panic. They say, "Back up." But after this, no further details was known about what happened next. So let's go to an eyewitness in Minnesota that's seen black vehicles in a bigger red truck in their neighborhood.
Y'all, I am at home.
Look at the chemtrail in the background.
Around the corner from my house,
up
just
there.
getting a little coffee. What is happening?
You're getting sprayed. That's
but
what's
I'm
happening.
trying to figure out where are these red trucks from? What is that about?
Don't worry about red trucks. You better worry about the damn getting sprayed like a bug up there. Freaking chemtrail. You see that streak?
I don't know what. I need to hurry up and get home.
In this clip, we can't identify what's going on or who these people are. I'm just wondering, are more people noticing this? So after she drove off, she said she felt very unsettled about the situation. And it's not just happening there. In California, eyewitnesses are saying that it's very unusual for these white vans or trucks to be showing up in their neighborhood like this. Eyewitnesses claim from camera footage they noticed a man walking around their neighborhood at an unusual time at night, and what appeared he was doing was looking for open vehicles or something else. Observe him walking across the screen. Some people...
You want to know what we noticed in our neck of the woods? Seriously. I'm very serious about this. And I've noticed this since Beijing Joke Burden stole 2020. Or however you want to put it. I'm noticing that this area, my neck of the woods, and my mother notices too, it's like everywhere we go now, it's loaded. When I say loaded, it's like supposedly this is the 13% of our country, but it's everywhere. And this right here, maybe a couple. I don't care if it's Kroger, Sprouts, Fresh Market, Publix, you name it. It's weird. Very strange. Noticing an uptick wherever I go. Wherever I go. Doesn't matter. And we're wondering, is it because our border's been open for the last 4 years? I mean, wide open on the Beijing Joke Burden, and it's coming up over here more because I've been here. Listen. You know your area, right? You know when something's weird. Like, what the hell? Why are we seeing this? Why are we seeing that? Why am I seeing what appears to be an Iranian family popping up all over town, claiming to be homeless? Well, it's a mother and some kids claiming to be homeless. They're Middle Eastern. I'm thinking they're Iranian, but they're Middle Eastern. It's weird, very strange. And they're outside of Kroger. The woman's crouched down next to one of the support columns of the store, and as soon as someone wants to walk in the store, one of her daughters, little kid, approaches the person, even myself, and begging for money. These people can't even speak English. All right, can't speak English. And I'm seeing this. I've noticed that we have a lot of Nigerians. I've even seen someone from, what was it the other day at Kroger? Very strange, very strange. I think he said Ghana. Accent and all. Claimed he's been here, because I asked him, how long you been here? He said 20 years. You've been here 20 years? I never seen you. Something weird is going on. Very strange. All right? Everywhere I go, that used to be some of this, but a lot of this is now... It depends what store you go to, but a lot of this. Depends what time you go. A lot. And a lot less of this. That's what we're seeing. All right? And it's not being ist to the ray. It's being factual. We're observing. I know what my community looks like. I know what it's been looking like for 40 plus years. And all of a sudden, boom. Something weird's going on. Go to Fresh Market and there might be one or two white people there working, And everyone else is this. I thought this was 13% of the population. I'm not so convinced anymore. But I digress. I just want to toss that out there. Weird shit's happening.
Claim that this is just late night workers, but an eyewitness in Oregon happened to notice that there were people in vehicles watching. She claims she went to approach them.
Yo, I am tripping out. Not that it matters, but that's my neighbor's house. And this is where a car parks every 2 hours.
The person in this vehicle appears to be monitoring the neighborhood carefully.
But for the last month, staking out the neighbors, watching. I went up to the car. I said, hey, hi, who you watching?
You went up to the car, Toots?
Dark window, rules down.
A dark window. Okay, you went up to a car in the middle of the night. In the middle of the night, every 2 hours showing up. Dark tinted windows. You went up to it. And you said, hey, what are you doing here? Dark tinted window, rolls the window. Now, I don't doubt weird shit's happening, but some of this stuff seems like they're just trying. To me, it's like people are watching this type of videos and then they're trying to come up with their own bullshit. In other words, I'm not saying a lot of this ain't happening, but you either think she might be. She's in Oregon. She could be a liberal, which means you're really a special kind of stupid to do something like that. She could really have done that, because when I think about it, it's the left coast and they're retarded over there. So yeah, this libtard, she could be a libtard and was so damn stupid she just thought, oh, well, I could just approach the car and just ask him what's going on. No, or she's making it up. One or the other. I don't know. It's just very weird.
And else,
listen to this.
Observe them walking across the screen. Some people claim that this is just late night workers, but an eyewitness in Oregon happened to notice that there were people in vehicles watching. She claims she went to approach them.
Yo, I am tripping out. Not that it matters, but that's my neighbor's house. And this is where a car parks every 2 hours.
The person in this vehicle appears to be monitoring the neighborhood carefully.
But for the last month, staking out the neighbors, watching. I went up to the car. I said, hey, hi, who you watching? Dark window, rules down. Now I'm 52, okay, so like he looks like a child to me. I say, who you watching? What are you doing? She says, we're watching. I said, well, us neighbors, we know you're watching. What is going on?
It gets even stranger. Some eyewitnesses report something very unusual with a passing truck. In this clip, you see the photo, they put this up, but in this clip, they describe a sound coming from the truck. He claims there's a big green box attached to the back of the truck and show what they noticed while it went through their neighborhood. Now, stop really quick and take a listen to this. Eyewitnesses noticed this strange sound and unusual activity, but there's no explanation as to why it was happening. And it's not just vehicles. Some people are noticing unusual objects appearing in their neighborhood. We're saying very close, right on their property, and nobody knows where it's coming from.
We were just out for an evening walk on our land when we noticed something strange through the trees. This whole field used to be covered in weeds taller than I am, and that's saying something because I'm 6 foot tall. But we finally got everything bushwhacked and can see along the edges. At first, we thought it was maybe a shed, and then we realized it was a shipping container, a massive one, just sitting there. The weird part is that we have no idea how they got this thing on our land. The only way onto our property is by crossing a narrow bridge over our creek or climbing over the mountains behind us.
This object wasn't there when Brooke and Anna, the eyewitnesses, originally moved there, they stated. But how did it just show up out of nowhere?
That this giant shipping container is just sitting here hiding at the edge of our woods. We have no idea how long it's been sitting there, and I'm not gonna lie, we were a little scared to look inside.
So they ended the clip right there, but I did find the second clip where the eyewitness go inside, open up the container, and we get a peek.
When we just bought a 57-acre property in the Appalachian Mountains. We recently discovered this box at the edge of our woods. Some people have been really upset because I called this box a shipping container, and apparently it's a trailer.
Sure, yeah.
By the way, as a side note, I kind of want to do visit the Appalachia. I saw several videos on YouTube, like documentaries on them, and I know it's like one of, if not the poorest parts of our country, but it looks so damn interesting. And I know that a lot of it's riddled with drugs because it's so poor and that's all I gotta do, but something very interesting about it. Just want to visit it. I don't know. She mentioned Appalachia, so I thought I'd share that. Whatever.
Yeah, open it up. Let's see.
So a box showed up out of the blue. Oh, Geraldo's Vault.
For the cabinet.
So it appeared they find these old door frames, old window frames, but then they also discovered something else.
Brewskis, probably? Because they want to do a prohibition again?
Some kind of sludge in it.
I would not be opening that if I don't know what's in there. I'm trying to get a closer look at the label, but I can't see it. Let me know if you can.
Be drugs.
We don't know what was in those containers or what was happening there. Whatever it was.
I still can't get over this shit right here. Come on, man. Come on. Can we get back to make microphones great again? I still don't know. They're all doing this. I still don't know what a little fuzzy thing. I know for the to reduce noise or some shit. I still don't know. Can't you just have a microphone? Oh, never mind.
This container appears that it may have been abandoned, and it was not like the ones that people saw being guarded. A lot of people in communities started saying they were seeing these things show up.
What's that? Oh, a third shipping container randomly showed up in a farmer's field this time?
That's weird. That's really weird.
But this time, the farmer went in to check it out, and he shows the video of going up to the container and showing that there's no markings on how to...
All right, everybody, there's something else we need to observe for public documentation, and we can't prove it, but this eyewitness pulls out some photos one day ago, unmarked white vehicles. I'm not usually worried about unmarked white vans, but I passed 5 of these in a row on a highway in Nevada. He says in November, and it's still bugging me now. Any ideas what they are?
Let me talk
I managed to photograph the lead.
They keep mentioning white vans, so this is kind of bugging me because I've noticed in my neighborhood there's quite an uptick of white vans, even like moving vans or unmarked moving white vans. In other words, I've seen moving vans that should have an actual moving van logo on it, like professional logo. What was it? Van Lines back in the day? Wasn't that a moving company? Van Lines or something like that? That's not what I'm seeing. It looks ghetto as hell, but there's white vans. I see actual white vans, but then I see white moving trucks coming in and out. And it could be just people renting, which wasn't a thing here, but maybe is now, and it's just ghetto moving companies. I've seen the uptick in white vans. That's all I wanted to say. It's weird.
Vehicle, but there was a whole stream, and he said it was actually between I-80 and Nevada. And so let's look at this photo here of what he's talking about really quickly here. Okay, so
no, I'm not seeing
this one looks a little different than what we're used to seeing.
I'm not seeing
and
it like
that. It doesn't have any markings on it at all. This is something we have to keep looking into for sure. And everybody else is tuning in, all the new people tuning in. You're giving me more information, so I thank every last one of you. But we need to know something that, are you noticing anything of the nature of vehicles with emitting a sound or frequency? This is what's being claimed. We can't prove it. We showed a video clip. And so I wanted to see in the comment section, because if that is the scenario, we need further observations, because this is the first time I've heard anything on this situation. So, and right now, in neighborhoods around home areas, what are you noticing? Because people will go back and look through the comments here, as this is one of the most active communities of getting information to each other. All viewpoints, your interpretations from here. And when people look at that, they'll be able to observe and notice some of the things that's happening. So again, the last video, yes, we did talk about potentially what's going on with the ice cream trucks, but some people claim it's not ice cream trucks. We put that out. But
It's
this
probably
is
S trafficking.
moving on into some
ice
of
cream
the
trucks at night, 2 o'clock in the
observations
morning.
of the situations that we're having over these coming last days. And another thing is, before all this was even put in place and before all this was even talked about, more containers with the farmer he was talking about apparently was noticed, and there was something found in those containers that we're still digging to do some more information and research on. So if you want to stick around for that, you will find out more about what can we observe from that event, because these things showing up in locations where we don't have all the answers to why they're showing up in these locations. And I think it's important that when people observe these things, they take their precautions when they do observe them. So this is going to be something that's an ongoing scenario here as we see different events play out. Now, the other half of the events that we have not discovered yet, we're going to be looking through the comments, because I'm pretty sure I'm going to be learning so much more from you, and I'm going to be getting more information in so that the new people here can give you more information, because all of the people that's been here right now, they have been a part of this full storyline. This is the reason why we find out more, because of all the observations we have here. And I want to read some of your comments. I see people are still gathering their comments and information. I know people watch on TV. You won't see the comments live because we do this live, but you will see it later.
So I guess there's that on that. Now, let's get into this. You see all these kind of strange things going on. These people's accounts of what's going on, but it's not related to what I'm about to show you. It looks like these libtards, mainly these libtards, are calling for a CW. Libtards that are against the Second Amendment, so I'm assuming they're going to bring a knife to a gunfight. Let's take a look. We're going to see if this is a libtard with the crazy eyes and all that, but maybe not, maybe not, maybe not.
We are walking our way right into a state versus federal conflict.
We are at the start of the American Civil War.
This is what it's going to take. It's literally going to be a group of people using their First Amendment right.
With all of the political divide in this.
Does he mean Second Amendment, idiot? You're already using your First Amendment right. That had to be a libtard. I think a lot of this video is going to be libtard, heavily libtarded.
Country, things are so polarized in terms of opinions, and with the intense situations that continue to happen practically on a daily basis, more and more people are really talking about the potential of.
It's all done on purpose. It's done on purpose. They have to get order out of chaos.
Civil war in this country. They're going online, they're voicing their opinions and their thoughts, and I find it really interesting that this is kind of trending right now, and I haven't seen this in a while.
Bro, I'm just done. I just want to know when we light the torches and get the pitchforks, because we just need to burn this down.
I don't know. You didn't do it on the scamdemic.
It's time to leave the country. 100%. It's time to leave.
Yeah, you look like a you look like a libtard. It's funny how they didn't do any of this under the scamdemic, which was a lot under Beijing Joe Biden's watch. They didn't do any of this when our border was wide open. But yet, all of a sudden, they're just pissed off because ICE wants to deport illegals. That's what they're primarily angry about. That ICE wants to deport illegals, and this, I don't even know her name, Good, whatever her friggin' first name, it's fake, it's phony, it's a psyop. It's a psyop, all right? That's what it is. It's getting order out of chaos, and they're defending. All right, let's make believe that in Minneapolis, where that happened, it wasn't Minneapolis, where this woman, last name Good, from Colorado, who had a wife. Anyway, She injected herself into an ICE situation, ICE baby, right? She put herself in that situation. If this was true, which I believe it's a false flag psyop, but if it was true, she put herself in that position. Then she made it look like she's going to run over an ICE agent. Okay, all right. If this whole thing was true, she was going to run over an ICE agent. Or she made it look like that, and you're not. Listen, whether you back the thin blue line or don't make yourself look like you're going to try to do something there to the thin blue line. I'm hiccuping all of a sudden. All right. If this thing was true, she put herself in that position. She turned her wheels like she pressed the accelerator like she's going to run him over. I think she bumped him. This ICE agent supposedly was hit before by another libtard, commie, anti-American protester. So they did what they did. So the story goes. If it was actually true, which I'm not buying into it, but it doesn't matter. Perception is reality. Stop interfering with what they have to do. Stop interfering with ICE. They have to get rid of this third world invaders. They have to get rid of these invaders that Beijing Joe Burden allowed in. Now, I know, BitChute, it's all a game. It's all a game. I know. But I have to stay out of the way. Stay out of the way. Stay the fook out of the way, and none of this would have been a thing. If it actually was true. You know how, it was a false flag. Did you ever see this person, Diana Good? All of a sudden, she's a saint, she's a martyr, printing up shirts with a face on there, Be Good pins for Helly Weird. Come on, man. Seriously, Be Good pins Helly Weird's wearing? All of a sudden, several days out of it?
That rhetoric on Greenland and everything else, and
you didn't get mad over the scamdemic. You didn't get mad, you libtards. The fact that you got injected. You allowed yourself to get feared into wearing your muzzles, your face typing over some virus that didn't exist, locked down and injected. You didn't get mad over that, did you? But you're angry over deporting illegals? You're angry over, as the story goes, someone that tried to kill run down an ICE agent? Someone who didn't belong there, someone who was, as the popos like to say, obstructing their process. You're mad about that? Stay in your lane, stay out of the way, and that wouldn't have happened if it really did happen. Idiot.
Gestapo in the streets.
Gestapo. What a moron, Gestapo.
It's time to leave.
Good.
Because it's either going to be fighting in the streets, a world war.
I love that. It's either gonna be fighting in the streets. Fuck out of here. I'd rather watch Beavis' Butthead right now.
But there are going to be people who will not allow that to happen to themselves or to their neighbors, and they will fight back. Conflict with us citizens in the middle. And I guess divided on those lines. That's what we're headed towards. And there will be clashes, we'll call them, okay? And there are going to be American citizens who are not going to comply. You weirdos that always said you wouldn't let the government tread on you are very happy, apparently, to let the government.
How are you a weirdo if you don't want the government to tread on you? This video is saturated with libtards. They say, though, the National Guard is going to save the citizens in the blue states. Well, what are they saving them from? Chaos created by the libtards in the blue states. They're not going to the red states, the conservative, the patriot states, because we don't go take to the streets over every little thing. Oh my God, the news said this person was attacked by that. Oh, let's get the George Soros signs out and take to the street. We don't do that, idiots. We're at work, we're at church, we're taking care of our families. Meanwhile, in the blue states, chaos erupts all the time. because you're operating your feelings, you're watching fake news, and you don't have two brain cells rubbed together to know when you're getting got. All right? And so when chaos ensues in the blue states and they send the National Guard in, you think they're coming to save the people. Well, they're coming to install order out of orchestrated chaos, and you think that's a good thing. Meanwhile, in other states where these libtards are special kind of stupid. Let's take a couple.
Government tread on you, so you're going to.
A little more example of this.
But there are going to be people who will not allow that to happen to themselves or to their neighbors, and they will fight back. And apparently, the state's National Guard of blue states are going to be there to protect their citizens. So this is what's coming. I just need you to prepare yourself for headlines and for video of this kind of thing, because it is going to be terrifying. I think we don't have any other choice at this point, though. I don't know what other way there is. So wrap your head around it now, make your peace with it now, make your plans, talk things out with your family that you live with. What do you do if they come to your door? What's the plan?
Come to your door? Who's come to your door?
Figure shit out, morons. Because I'm telling you that's what's coming.
Are you an illegal? Are you an illegal? Yes or no? If you're illegal and they know you're illegal and they know where you live, yeah, they'll come to your door. You're not illegal? Stay out of the way. They're not coming to your door. What are these idiots talking about? These morons. They're injecting themselves into ICE situations. ICE is trying to root out all the illegals that are allowed in the last 4 years. I know, done by design. And these idiots like this, these maroons, are putting themselves into harm's way. They're obstructing whatever ICE is trying to do. And when you point your wheels at them and you press the accelerator, that's not going to turn out great. Get away from the scenes. Do not protest on the friggin' sidewalk. That's what you got to do. That's it. But once you get in the scene, once you look like you're threatening them, it ain't going to work out good for you, morons. They ain't coming to your door. Not coming to your door, my door, idiots. So damn stupid. It's annoying.
This is it, guys. This is the tipping point. I'm a Marine Corps veteran, and I'm going to tell you how to prepare for the impending civil and world war. And I know that sounds scary, and I'm not trying to fearmonger here, but please stay with me. Today, J.D. Vance went on record and publicly declared that ICE officer who shot Renee Good has absolute immunity before an investigation is even complete.
An investigation? Does the video? Well, I mean, we didn't see who the hell was in the damn car. I don't know. But what they're showing us is it tried to run down or actually hit an ICE agent. I don't know what else to say.
They have all of the facts. So you know what else that means? That means he thinks he has immunity and Trump has immunity. He just gave every member
immunity. Okay, Biden had immunity. Obama had immunity. Everyone has immunity. Police have immunity.
We have a little joke. We love to train kids
immunity.
from 2 to 102,
Bill Gates has
especially
immunity.
our senior
George
population
Soros
that we call active agers. Definitely will benefit from the handlebar. The handlebar makes them feel very comfortable.
Morons.
It is a very sturdy accessory.
Real quick, this idiot, this libtard. And it appears that a majority of the ones in these types of videos that are griping about the economy or calling for civil war and violence are libtards, fake news watchers. These are the ones that claim that conservatives, patriots, Christians are the fascists, are the Nazis, right? Meanwhile, that's what they are. All right, liberals are demented. They're retarded. They're demented. Their stupidity is very dangerous. They're very violent, even though they say that we're violent, even though we're not. All right. And they're the ones that are doing the terrorizing. They're the ones that are burning down cities, calling it the Summer of Love. They endorse and identify with criminals, with murderers. They love to have open borders to let just whoever and their brother come in from insane asylums and prisons from third world countries. They're down with that. They're down with that. They like killing babies, right? They have no moral compass. They're demons is what they are. They're not American. They're out. They claim they're out in the street fighting for America. They're fighting. If you're fighting against ICE, which is trying to deport or deporting illegals, what part of this libtards do you not understand? Illegal. You can't. Let me tell you something, you friggin' stupid libtards. You cannot. If you go try to commit a crime, say like try to rob a bank, which I wouldn't recommend it, you would be committing a crime, right? It is illegal to do that. And you, rightfully so, will be hauled off to fucking jail, prison, okay? These bitches, I don't care if they were invited by Beijing Joke Burden and that phony border czar with friggin' horse teeth, laughing like a hyena, Kamala Harris. I don't give a damn if they were encouraged to come over here. These illegals know damn well that you coming through the border is illegal. And if they don't, oh well, there's so many laws that innocent people break every day and they get held accountable for it. Because the system says, well, you should know the law. You should know all the laws, therefore, so you don't break them. All right? So I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. They've been coming through our border for years, but they were coming through caravans 4 years under Beijing Joke Burden. Beijing Joke Burden's a criminal. So this next bitch, or the one I just showed you, but I'm going to continue showing you, this friggin' idiot libtard, she's like, well, Trump has immunity. Okay, Beijing Joke Burden had immunity. Kamala had immunity. Obama had immunity. What does that mean, immunity? Obama's a criminal. Hillary Clinton's a criminal. Bill Clinton's a criminal. All right? George Bush Sr.'s a criminal. All right? Junior. We'll lump in Senior, too. He's a New World Order POS. All right? Bill Gates, Fauci, the Center for Disease Creation, saying that there was a COVID virus. There was no viruses. All these bastards, Big Pharma, anyone that pushed the COVID scamdemic and lockdowns, the governor, like Governor Comrade Nuisance over there in California, horse semen in his stomach, according to the news article, Tim Walz in Minnesota, all these bastards, Governor Hochul in New York State, that POS commie, Cuomo before her, all these bastards are not held accountable, so they have immunity. The popos can give you the beatdown and then make up some bullshit lie about you that you were trying to do something bad or criminal, like you. The popos have immunity, right? They have immunity. They could give you the beatdown and then they could say, oh yeah, well he tried to, he was obstructing an arrest or obstructing our investigation. Lots of entities have immunity, so I don't want to hear that Trump has immunity. But listen to this dumbass. You can tell, you can spot a libtard a mile away.
I don't know what other way there is. So wrap your head around it now. Make your peace with it now. Make your plans. Talk things out with your family that you live with. What do you do if they come to your door? What's the plan?
What do you mean if they come to your door? Listen, are you a fucking... I love how these white libtards, these bitches... That's what... It's true. It's true. White liberals are among the worst. Black liberals are bad too. But white liberals, women liberals, they're the worst. They're the worst. They are. But black libtards, women libtards are not far behind them. But they're always talking about shit like, well, what are you going to do if they come to your door? Who's coming to your door? Are you a fucking illegal? Are you here illegally? Yes or no? Dumbass. You stupid shades on? Huh? In the car? Looks like your damn sunroof's the entire length of the car. It's weird. What are you talking about? What if they come to your door? Oh, you're trying to say, well, first they went for the illegals, but then they went for this one. Then they'll come for you, the old Nazi thing. No, idiots. They're going after the illegals. Yeah, they're plucking them out of their jobs. They're there illegally. They're taking them out of their homes, I guess, or out of the street. You're there illegal. You're an illegal. Illegal. What is it? Ill. Like Ilhan. Ilhan Omar her name is Ilhan, or Han. Ill, because she's sick in the head. Right? Just like the rest of these libtards. They're not coming for Americans. They're not coming for patriots and American citizens that haven't broke the law, that are not here illegally. They're coming for illegals. Morons. This is what happens when you watch fake news. When you watch fake news and you don't have two brain cells rubbed together, you have no critical thinking skills, you're fucking retarded. It's dangerous. And these bitches vote. Don't get triggered, bitch. These bitches procreate. They procreate. And this includes the soy boy, libtard, limp-wristed men, too. They're allowed to procreate. They're allowed to roam around society. These bitches are dangerous, man. They really are. They really are. They're not coming for us, idiot. And if they do, if it ever gets that bad where they come for actual patriots, it's on like neckbone. We're the most heavily armed country in the world. We see what's going on. We see, and if it turns sideways like that, which it could, I'm not saying it can't, but if it does, what are you going to do? What do you think we're going to do? You got to protect yourself, right? And you and yours, you got to protect. So I mean, what do you mean we can do? And that's far-fetched right now. They're going after the illegals, all right, that were allowed in here particularly over the last 4 years under that fraudulent regime. Falling up the stairs, Mr. Poopy Pants, Beijing Joke Burden. I'm not calling him Joe Biden. He's Joke, not Joe, he's Joke. And his last name ain't Biden, it's Burden. He's a huge burden on the world.
You know, figure shit out because I'm telling you that's what's coming.
This is it, guys. This is
That's
the
a
tipping
fucking
point.
libtard right there. That's a bona fide libtard right there. I don't even know if it's a woman. But you could tell by the fucking kooky looking eyes. They're always angry. They're always pissed off. They're never happy. They're only happy when they're breaking things, destroying things, and killing babies. That's the only time they're happy. They're happy when they're turning little Johnny into little Susie and little Susie into little Johnny. That's when they get their rocks off. But other than that, they don't like a civilized society. They don't like any morals. They don't like Christianity. And a lot of these libtards actually claim to be Christians. Going to a church doesn't make you any more Christian than going to a burger joint makes you a hamburger. I walk in a McDonald's or Burger King, I don't turn into a hamburger, right? Same thing, when you walk into a church, you could walk in a church and act like you're a Christian all you want, libtards. But if you believe in all these libtarded things and you're pro-killing babies, you're not a Christian. You're just not. All right? I'm sick of these libtards. And, some people say, well, this is done by design, divide and conquer. I see it as a battle between good and evil. It's just a battle between good and evil. Can we make it a spiritual one? Because that's what it is. You can sit there and say, well, and I can agree with you. It was the propaganda caused this, the indoctrination over the years. They're weak-minded, and this is all done by design. I agree. But even if let's take the evil people that orchestrated this for years, this divide and conquer, brainwashing one side against the other and all that. Who's behind all that, ultimately? The devil, right? The devil. And that's what these bitches are like. They're like devils running around. All right? So it's actually a battle between good and evil. Let's simplify it. All right? Because for years I've been hearing, well, it's two wings of the same bird. We're all the same. It's just two wings of the same bird. No, I am. Are you like a libtard? Yes or no? Are you like that? Then you're on that wing of the same bird, so-called. You're on that side. I am nothing like that. I have no part of two wings of the same bird. I'm not on that airplane with these libtards. They're not the left wing, and I'm not the right wing. We're not flying the same plane at all. As a matter of fact, their plane never lifts off the ground. All right? They're so damn retarded. They're that damn stupid. We are nothing alike. I have nothing in common with a liberal. I can't even say both of us are human because they don't act human. All right? But look at this libtard. Look at this idiot. These bastards are calling for civil war. What are you going to do? Bring a knife to a gunfight, idiots? Or is it they want to disarm us while they secretly have their own stash of Second Amendments? That's what it probably is, right? What are you going to do? Try to shoot it like Tim Walz in the Civil War? Remember Tim Walz? Remember that? During the 2020 election? Remember he was a candidate? Remember him trying to do target practice with a gun? He didn't even know how to work it, right? That's what these libtards are. They can't do anything right. All they can do is destroy things. That's it. That's what they're good at, destroying everything. So they're the fucking communists because that's what they want. They like socialism. They like communism, however you want to phrase it, tomato, tomato. So since they like communism, socialism so much, let's take all these bastards. You could put them either in a FEMA camp, because let's face it, Jesse Ventura brought that up years ago. Over 10 years ago, he exposed the FEMA camps that were ready for us patriots. He was asking questions to different people, including certain governors. Are these for American citizens and the people who shut their door, not want to talk to him and shit like that? But Alex Jones was with him and said, yes, these are for American citizens, innocent American citizens. They want to put us, the evil people in our government, want to put us in these FEMA camps. So I say, hey, you evil bastards that want to put regular, good people, Americans, in FEMA camps, why don't you put these libtards in FEMA camps? Or, since they like communism so much, I've been saying this ad nauseum at any rate, drop them off in friggin' China. Communist country, let them have that, see how that goes. See how bad they could talk about that dear leader over there. See where that gets them. Or you could drop them off in North Korea. Let them talk shit about Kim Jong-un and see where that gets them. But what gets me is they want to say this is a communist country, ran by commies, that Trump's a commie. If Trump really was a commie, and I'm just taking it at face value, guys, and BitChute, don't get triggered. and he was really all the shit that they're saying, he wouldn't allow them to say that. It would be off. That's what real dictators do. You cannot talk shit about a dictator without getting deleted or getting put in a gulag, and probably your family too. You can't talk shit about a real dictator and get away with it, is what I'm trying to say. So, but they could talk shit about Trump, and this is how stupid they are, and call him a dictator. Meanwhile, if he was a real dictator, he wouldn't allow all this shit talk and against him. Does that make sense to you? I'm trying to illustrate how stupid these idiots are. I'm trying to show you how dumb they are. They're drunk on their stupidity and their demonicness. Well, I digress.
I'm a Marine Corps veteran, and I'm going to tell you how to prepare for the impending Civil and World War. And I know that sounds scary.
You're a Marine Corps veteran? Seriously? This is what... I must have been under Biden.
And I'm not trying to fearmonger here, but please stay with me. Today, J.D. Vance went on record and publicly declared that ICE officer who shot Renee Good has absolute immunity. Before an investigation...
First of all, we don't know who he shot because we didn't see anything. All right? We didn't see who was in there. That's number one. It was a psyop. This is a psychological operation. But let's say Renee Good was a real person. That bitch, that lesbo, that commie hoe from Colorado... actually hit an ICE officer. There's an angle of the camera that shows that. All right. As a matter of fact, another libtard woman I saw a little while ago, I think hit another ICE officer. I don't know what it is with you libtard women want to hit ICE officers. The minute you point your car, if they say get out of the car, get the fuck out. But let's take it a step further. If this was actually real Renee Good, this psyop was real, what is she doing there to begin with? What are you doing? You left your kids back in Colorado, and you drove there with your fucking stupid, ugly, lesbo butch wife to go stick your nose in where it didn't belong. I have no skin in that game with ICE rounding up, and neither do you. No one does. It's between ICE and illegals. That's it. That's all should be there. The minute you start getting in the way of that shit, or pointing your tires at an ICE agent and pressing accelerator, the gloves come off, and you're probably going to get deleted. And that's what happened. So the story goes. Okay? All right? So yeah, the cop had a right to do that, I guess. If he's going to get run over, idiot. Friggin' morons they are. What part do you not understand?
Complete, and they have all of the facts. You know what else that means? That means he thinks he has immunity and Trump has immunity. He just gave every member of ICE permission to unalive Americans. Let me repeat.
Only permission if they're going to threaten the ICE agent's life, you fucking morons. How did we get to this level of stupidity? Is it the fluoride? Is it the GMOs? Is it the chemtrails? Is it the waves coming from the television infecting these idiot libtards' pea brains? Huh? How stupid are you? If you don't get in ICE's way and obstruct and fuck around, you'll find out. If you don't do those things, if you don't play stupid games with ICE and try to interfere with what they got to do, their job, getting rid of the illegals, you'll be okay. You know, all these friggin' libtards. Ever notice that they're always, number one, they're paid by Soros. Number two is, it's like they don't have jobs. They don't have any purpose in life. They're fucking at this protest at the drop of a hat when they're getting paid. That protest with the professional posters and shit. It's all orchestrated. It's nothing organic about it. But notice how they don't have any purpose. They have zero purpose except to walk around, stomp around all mad, and try to get in ICE's way or some other government operation or whatever it is. Police trying to do their job. They're always trying to do some shit. Some stupid shit. And then when they get what for, when they fuck around and then they find out, then they start crying and all. Fuck off, idiots. You get what you deserve. If you're going to point your car at a damn ICE agent or even a police officer or anybody else for that matter, that's on you, idiots. Idiots.
That our vice president of the United States gave total immunity to ICE.
Good.
To off Americans. Don't get it twisted.
They're not going to off us. They're not coming to off us, idiot. They're off. If you're going to be an idiot, again, I said, if you're going to go around and act stupid and threaten ICE agents, yeah, they got a right to defend themselves. As a matter of fact, anybody's got a right to defend themselves if their life is threatened. Morons. Freaking morons, man.
The same shit that happened in 1930s and 1940s Germany. They are telling us that our lives come second to their authority. Here's the part that people might want to hear. If you are actually paying your taxes still, well, you can stop now. Because for the last year, they have taken away our rights, our benefits, our opportunities.
The last year? Where was this bitch when under Biden and Beijing Joe Biden and the scamdemic and all this shit? Did this bitch cry when different corporations demanded and mandated that their employees take the death shots? Did she bitch about that? That's tyranny. Taking away rights. That's taking away rights during a scamdemic, locking us down and all that shit. She didn't cry about that, did she? Or whatever that is. What a moron. Rights. Have your rights been taken away? My rights haven't. I'm still here, same as I was last year. Same as I was the year before, right? What rights taken away, idiot? Friggin' moron.
Opportunity in the United.
Our rights have not been taken away any more than our rights have been taken away over the years. Now, I will say this: our rights are slowly eroding. They are over last decades, implementing this law and that law. That's why they have false flags for like all these mass gun shootings and shit. Those are false flags to clamp down on gun owners, really. But really, when you really think of it, we all get up and we have the freedom to go from point A to point B. You're going to work, you're going to church, you're going to school, you're going to the gym, you're doing things you've always done. You're going to the Grok store. So what is this bitch ultimately talking about? Like, it's nothing dramatic has changed as far as our rights are concerned.
And now they've actually taken away our protection. And our government is co-signing
what protection?
Government agencies hunting us down and saying that it is okay. Meanwhile, they want to send $100,000 to each citizen in Greenland while most of us can't even frickin' buy food.
Now, I don't really agree with that part about paying the citizens money. But really, when it comes down to it, they're not getting $100,000 each. I don't think they are. There's only and if they were, it's only $57,000. If they're getting paid to go along with Greenland getting taken over, it's only 57,000 people there. So we're talking kind of sort of chump change in the whole scheme of things. Idiot, to acquire Greenland, moron. It's like how many million? A couple $1 million or $5 million or something. It's not a let's see. It might be a certain amount of billion, but it's trivial in the whole scheme of things. Moron. All right. If you buy an entire 800,000 square mile piece of land, I think $6 billion or maybe $10 billion. I think that's a good price. Friggin' moron. Were you crying about the last 4 years under Biden? How I've never seen prices explode than when I saw it under Biden. Yeah, they haven't gotten a whole lot better the last year or so. A little bit here and there. But under Biden, that's when it really exploded. Housing, food, gas, you name it. All right? Was under Beijing Joe Biden. Mr. Poopy Pants falling up the damn stairs on a damn Air Force One. Remember that? Prices were exploding. Did this bitch cry about that back then under Biden? No, all these libtards turn a blind eye when it's their guy doing it. When it's their guy doing it, or their woman inflicting all the problems and pain on America, these liberals like this, they turn a blind eye to that. All right? But then all they focus on is the last year of how prices are. Bitch, price has been escalating since 2020, scamdemic, moron. And especially so in the last 4 years under Biden. You dumb asshole.
We are being destabilized internally while things are escalating with Russia, with China, with Venezuela.
Yeah, you're being
Europe.
destabilized. What's causing that? You turn on MSNBC, which I call LSD because they be tripping over there with their lies. You turn on the Comedy News Network and all these other libtarded so-called news outlets. All they do is talk about white supremacy, how white males are bad, how white people are bad and inherently racist. White supremacy, how white people need to go, how we have a fascist in office, how everything's bad about America. All you do is listen to all those lies, and then you go out there and you act upon it, causing the destabilization. You libtards are causing the destabilization. You don't see conservatives, you don't see everyday red-blooded Americans out there going and burning down cities, going and protesting this, no. Too busy being productive in society. So the stabilization comes from the people that are the backbone of this country. The conservatives, the ones that are going to work, the ones that have a moral compass, the ones that want our borders sealed up, the ones that don't want our children killed, all right, and aborted babies and all that. We're the ones that cause stabilization in our country, all right. And if we see something that's bullshit, we call it out by and large, right? But libtards, all they do is get filled with hate. They listen to hate. They walk around angry. They can't rationalize. They're very irrational, and they cause the destabilization. They cause it. They watch fake news. They get fed, indoctrinated all those lies. By the way, the Smith-Munn Act needs to be repealed. Allowing the government media to propagandize us, that shit needs to stop. Because you got dumb assholes that watch bullshit things like listen to NPR, read Vox with a V, watch Comedy News Network. They watch bullshit Saturday Night Live, which is also libtarded. They watch MSLSD, and all they do is they can't figure shit out, and they get fed with all these lies that America's bad, America's imperialistic, and we're so bad, and America's horrible, America's the great Satan, all this shit. And then they go and believe it, and they allow themselves to get indoctrinated. Let me tell you something. When I was in college years ago, they tried to put down Christianity and promote the evolution theory. I was deeply offended. I voiced what I said, what I had to say to the professor, and I got out of college. I didn't allow it to be dictated. I was not allowing them to indoctrinate me with their bullshit lies. But libtard, easily done, easily. Bastards can't see the forest from the trees.
More. We have a target on our backs right now, and we're supposed to pretend like this is all illegal? Normal. Hell no.
Are you illegal?
This is how societies slide into civil conflict, with erosion, with fear, and with unchecked power. And so this is what I'm going to leave you with. We didn't call World War I and World War II those names when they were happening, okay? Let that sink in. 2, you need to stop paying your taxes, and you need to keep cash on hand, and you need to have things.
I mean, this is not financial advice, but I agree. Taxes are a ripoff. I've never seen, and it doesn't matter who's in office. It's been a ripoff, okay? Okay, it's a huge ripoff. Do you remember the so-called Boston Tea Party, taxation without representation? They overthrew the tea. They were rebelling against England, the king, right? They were rebelling. I think it was King George, rebelling against because England had a laissez-faire approach to the colonies. But yet they controlled us, but they didn't want to hear our grievances. They didn't want to take care of, any gripes that we've had about how they were dealing with us. And so, and then we're being taxed on top of it, the colonies, not being represented right. And, well, you know what happened, right? Didn't take long, did it? Didn't take long for that to happen. But yet since then, taxes, increased taxes on everything, fines. You got police, road pirates, they call police, constantly looking for an infraction or something you did to pull you up and give you a fucking ticket, and it's all taxes are through the roof. We're getting taxed every time we turn around. You're getting charged for this, charged for that. And do you feel like you're being represented overall over the decades? No, over the decades. I'm not talking about a little pocket of, well, yeah, so and so's in office these last 4 years, so I feel represented. I said overall, the big picture. Do you feel represented? I don't. So, as far as paying taxes, I mean, when is the Boston Tea Party 2.0 going to happen? Huh? Do you feel like you're being represented as you pay your taxes? And when you pay your taxes, how come we don't have a say of what the government spends it on? No, I don't want you sending it over to Ukraine. I object. That's my money, right? That's your money. We object. I want to say so. And how our money's we've never had a say so and how our tax money, the American tax money, is spent, right? It's been wasted by and large, right? We're in debt, 38 trillion, so they say. It's over 100 trillion. So, paying taxes, I mean, when is America going to say enough's enough? I'll agree on that point.
That you can barter. 3, I hate to say it, but you need to be prepared in your homes, and you need to know how to protect yourself.
Well, that part's
so take
true.
That for what it's worth. I know that this feels heavy. It is. But if we have learned anything from history, it is that power without accountability always turns on the people. And it is time that we stand up.
What I'm about to say is probably going to sound crazy. It is going to make me a radical, and that's fine with me. I don't give a shit anymore. We are at the start of the American Civil War. I said it yesterday. I'm going to say it again. We're not voting.
Stop. You libtards better stop calling for civil. You better be careful what you ask and wish for. Be careful. Be very careful. That's all I'm going to say. Because you keep poking the bear. You keep poking that bear. And this goes for even all the ones that are so-called elites and all that, the New World Orderist people that are orchestrating this shit, the Conquer and Divide. They do want a civil war here. Predictive programming, right? The constant shows about it or programs, the movies about it, Civil War 2.0. I think it was Captain America, Civil War. All this predictive program because they want this. They do want this. But what I got to say is, and a lot of people I've talked to agree with me, be careful what you wish for because you keep poking that bear. And don't forget, we're the most heavily armed country on Earth. All right? And you have a lot of red-blooded Americans that love this country that are well-trained in making sure this country doesn't disappear. Does that make sense? Be careful about this. As a matter of fact, everyone needs to knock this shit off about the Civil War shit. All right? Knock that shit off, this immature shit. I like how libtards say, you know, we just want love and unity and peace. Like they're not the party of violence. They don't promote violence. But then in the next breath, they're burning shit down. They're attacking patriots. They're killing their babies. And they want a civil war. You can bring a knife to a gunfight?
Our way out of this. If we make it to the midterm elections, that shit is not going to count. Your vote is not going to matter because they've already told us the 2024 election was manipulated.
No, idiot. You got that wrong. The 2021 was. Calm down, bitch, you. The 2021 was. The 2021 was, you idiot.
That vote was rigged.
Freaking moron.
Elon Musk said it. Donald Trump said it. Voting is not going to matter
They said 2020 was rigged, you idiot. Dumb asshole.
These content creators that are lying to you and telling you just to vote in the midterms, just to vote in the midterms, and stop listening to them. All they're doing is giving you anxiety and stressing you the out and leading you down the naive path. All right? What you're going to do instead, right now, is go buy 4, go buy 10. I don't give a learn how to some shit in your backyard. If it is safe to do so, go to the gun range, go get training. I'm sure there are liberal and democratic whatever.
What are you talking about? Liberals don't like guns, right? Guns kill. What are you talking about? Isn't that what you talking about, Willis? Isn't that what you always say, you libtards? The guns kill. No, not people. You don't say people kill using guns. You say guns kill and want to take away the guns. So now you're saying, you're telling you libtarded compadres to go to a libtarded gun range to practice? Which one is it? Guns kill or guns don't kill and people can use this, that, and the other to kill? Which one is it, idiots? When it's convenient for you, that's when you're okay with it, right? We understand it. We understand the game you're playing. Oh, wouldn't it be kind of funny to be a fly on the wall at a libtard gun range? It'd be dangerous too because they don't know what the hell they're doing. Oh my God! Can you imagine it?
Let me see here. I'm gonna try to pick up this little hand pistol, a little pink pistol.
This will be the men, the soy boy men. It's so weak, limp-wristed, they can't even pick up a little pistol. Are you JKing me? Are you kidding me? Fook out of here.
Influencers or people around you that will train you on how to use a firearm, okay?
Libtards training libtards.
This is what it's going to take. It's literally going to be on the day before. Literally going to be a group of people.
Now, this guy has a hat on, a beard, trying to look like a tough guy, a patriot, right? You've seen him, dime a dozen. But the earring and the light in the loafers sound of the voice, me thinks this is a libtard.
Using their First Amendment right, pushing back at an army.
Wait, time out.
The firearm, okay?
This is what it's going to take. It's literally going to be a group of people using their First Amendment right, pushing.
It's a libtard. That's definitely a libtard. Queer. Got the little queer earring. Ooh, little faggy, got an earring. No offense to the macho guys that have earrings, but I've never been a big fan of that. Especially if you have a little feminine voice. trying to look all tough, trying to counter the fagginess of him with the beard and the hat on, like you're some kind of tough guy. You're not a tough guy. It's not the First Amendment. That involves talking like you're doing with your little sissy voice. You mean Second Amendment, dumb asshole. This is how stupid they are. They don't even know which amendment. Listen to this. You got to get a bunch of people to use their First Amendment and push back. You mean like talking? Or do you mean Second Amendment like Civil War fighting? Because the Civil War is about, ultimately, it's a battle, right?
4. Go buy 10. I don't give a... Learn how to...
This is the last one. That's all I got time for.
Some shit in your backyard. If it is safe to do so, go to the gun range. Go get training. I'm sure there are liberal and democratic, whatever, influencers or people around you that will train you on how to use a firearm, okay?
This is what it's going to take. It's literally going to be
Let me stop that for a second. That college student you just saw, idiot. You're not going to see a gun range in a libtarded area, because libtarded areas like cities, and if there are such things as libtarded towns, they're against guns. They don't have guns. They're gun-free zones, morons. So you're not going to have a democratic or libtarded gun range. If you libtards want to pick up a gun and go practice at a gun range, it's going to be a conservative, patriot, USA-loving establishment. And they are not going to be libtarded, nor limperistic, idiots. There's no such thing as a libtarded gun range, as far as I know.
Group of people using their First Amendment right.
A group of people using the First Amendment. Pushing back.
An army. A firecracker, a rogue person, a trigger-happy agent's ultimately going to set off the storm, and you need to be prepared. Again, food, water, ways to cook things, non-perishable items, ways to defend yourself. If you're not into pew-pews, maybe get some of that sweet spray that they like to blast at everybody. It's available online. It's just, I do want to point out that this is a situation that could stop everything. Everything. Gas station, grocery stores, everything you need to get through daily life. You might have a bunch of people that are unwilling to go to work or afraid to go to work. And you're going to have a lot of people that are not going to go to work because they're not going to take this shit.
I still say he's not a conservative, but he's like, get an army that uses the First Amendment, but then in the next breath, which is totally stupid, he means Second Amendment. And then he says there's going to be an event, like one person, that's going to make things pop off. That I could agree with, because I feel like these deep state, these New World Order POSs are going to make it probably look like a Trump supporter did something just so outrageous, and it's not really going to be a real, it's not going to be an actual conservative or anything like that. It's going to be obviously a false flag. They're going to do a false flag, if they're going to do this at all, that is so outrageous, so asinine. Libtards are going to believe it. A lot of people might believe it, and that could be the catalyst. That could be. It could actually be an actual libtard doing it. A rogue libtard. He said a rogue person. It's going to be a liberal. Because that's all they're about is violence. But that's what I got for you. The libtards are calling for a civil war. And weird shit's happening around people's homes. Stock up. I agree with that. Stock up. Pray and stay out of the way. But you best get stocked up. That's what I got for you. Don't be a troll out there. If you see a troll, say something. I am Oot.